So today we are giving a tour about Norway. This is for Communications 105, and I am doing this December 11th, 2024. So the title of the presentation is Norway Presentation. My general purpose is to exemplify and specific purpose is to advise people about Norway, its location, population, historical facts, holidays, traditions, and their cultural foods. My central idea is to share my research of Norway and to just give a general idea of what I found about Norway and why it's so good, why it's a good place to go to. The introduction. So my attention grabber was imagine somewhere where the sun never sets in summer. The ancient Viking traditions blend in with modern ideas. Welcome to Norway, a country known for its rich history, culture, and amazing scenery. Let's go on a journey and find the hidden parts of the Scandinavian wonderland. So, Natalie Cruz is here to give a presentation of the beautiful scenery of Norway to recall all of the traditions and cultural foods this country has. The credibility. For the past few weeks, I have been researching about Norway to learn about their ancient history, the unique cultural background, and to bring a piece of the country to you guys. The central idea about this whole presentation is to demonstrate the country's location, the population, historical facts, and traditions, cultural foods, all of those lovely things about Norway. So yeah. So main point and population. According to Anander H, 2024, Norway is located down by northern Europe, known for its beautiful scenery, fjords, mountains, and coastal beauty. The supporting material is, according to Anander H, 2024, Norway has been located down by northern Europe with a population of homogeneity, groups of people. Quote, lying on the northern outskirts of the European continent, and thus avoiding the characteristics of the geographic crossroads, Norway, the northern way, has maintained a great homogeneity along its peoples and their way of life. Quotation done, and then the paragraph. That's paragraph 3. The supporting material, another supporting material. According to Anander H, 2024, Norway is seen to have difficult living conditions, and as they are known for their beauty, not many people would love to live in the climate. Norway's people are known as, quote, Indo-European peoples settled Norway's coast in antiquity, establishing a permanent settlement near the present capital of Oslo, some 6,000 years ago. The interior was more sparsely settled, owing to extremes of climate and difficult terrain, and even today the country's population is concentrated in coastal cities such as Bergen and Trondheim, and that can be found in paragraph 2. By the way, this is all located in the reference page where you see the Anander H and all under Brianna's I think it's Brianna's website. So yeah. So, another paragraph. Anander H. 2024 also mentions something that whilst also being along the Arctic Circle, you would have assumed its population would decrease due to weather, but its population is over 5 million, which is relatively small compared to every other country there is, resulting in a low population density that perseveres much of the country's natural environment. A supporting material towards that, Anander H. 2024, Norway is just like any other country with strong opinions, and as seen, Anander gives his view on how, quote, life's expectancy rates in Norway among the highest in the world. The main political division reflects differing views on the importance of free market forces, but the socialists long ago stopped insisting on nationalization of the country's industry, and the non-socialists have accepted extensive governmental control of the country's economy. That could be found in paragraph 3 on the same website, along with the second supporting material. Anander H. 2024. I'm not sure if they're all Anander H. I looked and all of them kind of did say Anander H, but I'm not sure if they necessarily belong to him only. It didn't specify that, so I just put Anander H because that's the first one that popped up, and researching didn't pop up. So the population of Norway is not just where it is located, but by the statistics of it and where they're living in where Norway came from. Quote, in most parts of Norway, the nucleus of the population in Nordic heritage and appearance. Between 60 and 70% have blue eyes, and influx of people from Southern Europe has been strong in southwestern Norway. Nord-Norge has about 9/10 of the estimated 30,000 to 40,000 Sami, the country's first inhabitants living in Norway, and that can be found on paragraph 20 on the same website. The thing about that was it's basically just saying how the heritage and all of that can be how Norwegians are look and everything, so that's part of the population. And yeah, I thought that was actually pretty interesting. Transition. Now that we have shown you where the country of Norway is located and given you some information regarding its population, we are going to transition into some historical facts about Norway. Whew. Norway has a solid history with roots that go way back into Viking culture. Norway gained independence from Sweden in 1905, which played a key role in World War II, resisting German occupation. Anander H. 2024. Dependent on fishing and farming, early Norwegians developed a sea farming tradition that would reach its apex in the Viking era, when Norse warriors regularly raided the British Isles, the coasts of Western Europe, and even the interior of Russia, etc. And that could be found in paragraph 2 in the same website. So, about that, I thought that was a good historical fact because it's basically showing where all of that originated from. The Viking culture was never really their culture until they kind of brung it in, so that's where it originated from, and I thought that was pretty cool. According to National Geographic, quote, I couldn't find the person written by it, so I just put the title for it. 2024. The history behind how Norway was founded, it was due to this lovely situation back in 1872. or 872. In 872, Harald Fairhair was the first ruler to unite most of Western Norway. Denmark and Sweden invaded Norway during the rule of Harald Fairhair's descendant. Denmark ruled Norway for the next century. And that's paragraph 12 from the National Geographic website. Now we have informed you of some interesting historical facts about Norway. We are going to cover the tradition and holidays that Norway has. Some of the traditions and holidays, Norway's way of celebrating Christmas is, for example, Norway's way of celebrating Christmas is with big feasts and decorations. As the Constitution Day, there is known as a major holiday in May. People also enjoy folk music and dancing at festivals, which is pretty fun. I really liked that one because it showed a video about them dancing and it was very fun to watch. Moving on, we are going to cover several customary dishes and desserts that are the staples of Norway. Norwegian food is amazing and fresh. The food usually includes fish, meat, and potatoes, topped off with popular desserts like waffles, cinnamon buns, and more. Fun fact, the cinnamon buns were originated by them, and I didn't know that because it said that they were experimenting with a lot of different ingredients, and one of them was cinnamon and sugar. When they combined it, it made a cinnamon bun because they put it on top of a croissant, and then eventually it turned into a cinnamon bun. So yeah. Now that we have made you hungry, we're going to give you some fun facts about Norway. Norway is home to the midnight sun in summer. With this top-notch quality, they have 5 million people staying there, with also more than 1,000 forts. Norway has also introduced foods like salmon, sushi to Japan. Yeah. As we decide to close this speech, we give thanks to everyone who listened and saw the beautiful things that Norway has to offer. They provide opportunities that not many countries provide. Everything we went over about Norway concludes history, traditions, food traditions, regular traditions, economy, population, location, and more. All of these things are what the country Norway has to offer. Just like any country that has stood on a foundation for years can see that Norway is just as special as theirs. Norway stands as a symbol that they have provided innovation to their residents all this time, along with the fact that they have a beautiful landscape, vibrant culture, and a commitment to sustainability. So then I listed my references. That is the completion of all of what I wrote. I listed my references after all of that. Some of the references I put because I had examples of them on some of the things, like the conclusion. I had a few examples on there, and I just made sure to cite them because it was going to be plagiarism if I didn't cite them. And yeah, I didn't really quote them, but yeah. Anyways, on to the slide presentation.